So the other side is the metaverse being developed by Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs is the creator of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They've also got the Mutants, the Kennel Club. They own the Meebits. But they are really the luxury brand, right? They've set themselves out and they've built this community. Yeah, so right now I've got two plots. I got one with a Coda and then one just with an artifact. My goal is to build up a big portfolio of these things.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin, back again with Metaverse expert, host of Meta Money, a daily show on YouTube, all about NFTs in the Metaverse, Jchains. Thanks for joining me.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me back on the show. You got one of the coolest communities. You and your brother are awesome. So thank you.
Appreciate it, man. And we just did a video on the Metaverse in general and top 6 picks of projects actually implementing in this bear market. One of your main picks was Apecoin's Metaverse, Otherside. Yes, I love it. Could you explain what is the Otherside Metaverse?
Absolutely. So the Otherside is the metaverse being developed by Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs is the creator of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They've also got the Mutants, the Kennel Club. They own the Meebits. But they are really the luxury brand, right? They've set themselves out and they've built this community to just really, really respond to what they do, right? And so, you know, with that being said, M2 is M squared is the name of the company that is building the underlying technology to the metaverse, really putting a focus on the interoperability, right? Like they're coming together with these standard protocols so that anybody else moving forward builds under that same standard, interoperable. So you can take your game assets, you can take your avatars to wherever you want. I think they are really forward thinking.
And then how else is it different than the other blue chips which would be Sandbox and Decentraland? Interoperability is one difference, luxury brand another. Anymore?
Yeah, I mean, just like the aesthetics of it, right? You know, like the Sandbox, Decentraland, a little more of that voxel pixelated style, you know, whereas, you know, what we've seen so far, there's been a couple tests. There was the load test, the stress test. For the other side, you know, it's different. It's more of like a Grand Theft Auto style, right? It has that look to it. So.
And do I need Apecoin to participate, or how does Apecoin fit in?
So Apecoin is going to be the native currency of that ecosystem, right? So you don't need it to participate, but if you do participate, you can earn it. You know, so like, you know, when you talk about, you know, the differences between, say, the other side, Sandbox and Decentraland, you know, even as far as the NFT that is your actual land plot, completely developed, aesthetically looks 1,000 times different and way cooler. So, but with that being said, you know, on those, you've got resources that you can then mine. You can build whether weapons, artifacts, tools, whatever it ends up being, and then you can sell that stuff, trade it, barter, whatever, for Apecoin. So Apecoin's the native currency of that ecosystem.
Now, I know you saw this. Mark Cuban on our channel famously called buying land in the metaverse the dumbest crap ever. And he is an investor in Yuga Labs, which obviously is the founder of the Otherside Metaverse. What are your thoughts on what Mark Cuban said? He's a smart guy. Is he right?
After you put that video out, I actually clipped his answer and then responded on our video, which I said, hey, it was probably use some different words, but I think it's time to double down. Mark Cuban is a billionaire investor. He knows what he's doing. Okay. If he says this isn't the time to do it, maybe that gets a couple of weak-handed people to sell, thinking like, okay, I'm going to get out, because you got to remember, these are investments. They do move in cycles. So, hey, if we sell now and he says it's going to get worse, I can buy back in later. That's how people make money.
Now, I watched your live. Yes, go on.
Sorry. No, I was going to say, so I thought that was a great strategy to counter what he did.
And going off on that, I saw your live stream from today, and you talked about how you have a buy order set for Apecoin, I believe, at $3. So in a way, you agree with him. Markets are probably going to trend lower, but you're just believing in the long term.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that, you know, we never had that real, you know, we didn't have a blow off top on the positive side, but so far we haven't had that, you know, the big moment where we've seen, oh my God, Max Payne. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. You know, some people might need liquidity. there might be a liquidity crisis in a couple months.
100%. And that could be, I mean, that would be obviously horrible in the short term for prices in crypto, but, that's why we look to these projects that are actually building.
Correct. And there's a lot of opportunity in that. Like, and you don't want to wish for max pain, on the financial system or throughout the world, right? You don't want that. But as an investor, like, okay, maybe it's not going to wreck a lot of people in the real world, but we're going to see some prices on the short term go down to a nice level. Yeah, red days are terrible. Double-digit red days are not fun. When those red candles, we don't like looking at them unless you've been through a couple bear cycles. Then you look at them as opportunities.
Now I'm dead to them. Or yeah, I do look at them as opportunities.
It's, it's like that meme with the news. First time, huh?
Yeah, exactly. James Franco. Great movie.
Yes.
Dude, what is there to expect for the Otherside Metaverse in 2023 and beyond? You're not able to buy the land yet, but is that the next step?
No, you can. So you can go on to OpenSea. So they did on April 30th this year.
That's right. It crashed the Ether network. I remember that.
That is right. But they're actually going to be dropping another 100,000 plots. So there's 100,000 out right now. They're getting ready to drop another 100,000. Now with the beta testing and all that stuff they're doing along the way, that's called the obelisk. So right now, if you went on OpenSea, you can check by, any of the land deeds that participated in the first trip. And so you can sort by those. And what the theory is, and they do lay it out in the light paper, that anybody who participates in this, so you collect all those obelisk pieces along the way of the testing, you are rewarded with land. And I think they saved, it's like 20 to 40%, somewhere in there, of this additional 100K plots that will be given to the people that help build this ecosystem. So that is the people that participate in the beta test.
Love that. Love the communal aspect. Do you own land?
Oh, man, they're really good at that. Yeah.
Do you own land in the other side?
Yeah. So right now I've got 2 plots. I got one with a Coda and then one just with an artifact. My goal is to build up a big portfolio of these things. I think, again, Yuga does such a good job of under promising and over delivering. It's almost a no brainer to me. That's how I see it, right? Everybody's got their own strategy, but that's how I see it.
Is there where is the good places to buy the land, or is it way too early? Like any land plot is good, or what will be the good places? Do we have to wait to see where these corporations are building, or how do you know the good places to buy land?
So right now, I think it's just more of a guess, right? Like you could go onto the website and you can put in a plot number and you can kind of see where it fits on the map. And it's actually pretty cool how it looks. And, there are, based on the story and the lore of, what the other side and the metaverse there is looking like, is that it's, that the biogenic swamp, you've got all these different ways that people are going to get around. So you've got, some that are on a coastline, some that are inland. There's the main town square that sits in the absolute center of the whole map. And, those plots are like, some guy bought 5 or 6 of them and it was like $3 million or some crazy number a few weeks ago. So the closer you are to town center.
Was that guy you? Am I speaking to a whale, dude? Okay.
No, I would love to be, but no, that was not me.
Let's go on the other side of the Apecoin now. What's the biggest reason a metaverse like Otherside could fail?
It launched with the Apecoin launched with like a $2 billion market cap, which is crazy. Maybe the expectation of the under promise and over deliver. At some point, companies fail. Some, not saying that they're going to, mistakes happen or whatever. To this point, I haven't seen much, with the exception of, and I don't really want to get too much into it because right now it's a big controversy and it's a lot of hearsay, but the whole, the racial thing about how the logos line up with some of that stuff.
Yes, definitely.
That would cancel it. If that all comes out to be true, now there's going to be the court of public opinion as well as the court of law. I think that they may be different. Who knows the overall outcome of these, but I'll tell you what, that would be what makes this whole ecosystem fail if that came out, that was truthful, and that's what their motive was the whole time. That'd be terrible.
Also, though, to the founders' credit, and I don't know if you watched this, the founders went on the Full Send podcast and they were asked all about that. Did you watch that?
I did not. I got to check it out.
Okay, yeah, great. That was right when the controversy happened and they just addressed everything. So great podcast from the founders explaining from their point of view. Final question, Jchains. We talked about you got a buy order set because you do hope that, these prices keep dropping. But looking to the next bull market between 2025 and 2030, where do you see Apecoin and the Otherside Metaverse going, prediction wise?
I'll tell you what, man, I could see Apecoin hitting $75 to $100.
What's it now?
Like, because right when it launched, it went up to 25.
Okay.
Right. And that was without the other side, the metaverse, that once you get that ecosystem churning, I think then you could see some big numbers, man. I think there's like 1 billion tokens. That's it. I know that sometimes scares people when you get that B as opposed to 1 million. But it's only 1 billion. So I don't think that that's crazy. I could definitely see this thing getting up to $100 on a bull run very easily.
And where are we now? What's it at?
Like right around $5.
Okay. Dare to dream. And obviously in 10 years, the metaverse is going to be so different than it is today. And the quality players will work themselves up. So
absolutely. That is true.
Exciting times. And from the Otherside Metaverse point of view, will the metaverse by 2030, will it be Ready Player One? Like, we'll all be like doing our shopping in the Otherside Metaverse or hanging out, going bowling?
I don't know about the other side, but in some metaverses, yeah, I think that we've got about a 10-year cycle till we really truly see that interoperable metaverse. But yeah, I mean, we're already seeing shopping change. Or excuse me, we're already seeing shopping habits change. We're seeing a lot of. I mean, that's why you're seeing Walmart and all these other companies get into the metaverse because they know that's where it's going. So we will see everything change within the next 5 to 10 years, 100%.
Jchains, always more to go into. I do want to have you back in about 6 weeks and we'll go over some of these projects and see how they're implementing. But just final thoughts. Your links are down below. I encourage my audience to check out your channel. But final thoughts on the Otherside Metaverse and Apecoin for our audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate you guys. It is always fun to chat with you and learn from you and just be in the same ecosystem with you. So thank you for having me on. And thank you to community for watching. You guys are cool as heck. Final thoughts on Otherside. I'll tell you what, man, get yourself a Coda if you can afford it. I think right now it's about 13 ETH on the floor. Keep paying attention because that probably will go down. The goal and kind of the idea is that the Codas will be the Bored Ape. There will be a decoupling at some point that will become its own NFT. And people think that value is going to go way up. So if you can get yourself a Coda, I would do it. If you can secure a bag of Apecoin, if it's your risk profile, man, go for it. I don't want to say I'm obsessed, but I'm obsessed.
But you wear the hats. Hey, hey, by the way, are you going to be at Decentral Miami, the conference?
Absolutely. I will be at Decentral. I'm actually also emceeing the Women in Web3 Summit that's happening around the same time.
Whoa, dude, they're having a man MC. That's progressive of them. That's cool.
Well, that's, are you assuming my gender?
Oh, and that's all the time we have, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man.